Hi and welcome back. Let's do the second part of this podcast. Now, viewer or listener discretion, there may be some sarcasm in this episode. There may be some naughty words being said, but it's all coming truthfully and honestly from my heart. From my heart to you, the listener. Let's listen a little bit more of Megan's podcast with this lovely lady, whoever she is, Jamie Kern Lima. I hope I've said that right. Let's have a listen. And I'm going to skim through a lot of things, okay, because it's a whole lot of bullshit, as you would know.
They're just the great. It's just so great. This is why it's so nice to not have makeup on. Yeah. We spend so much of our life trying to prove something. To prove that you're enough.
Yeah. We know you want to prove shit, but that's all you do, Meghan Markle, is prove crap. Crap.
This is the worldwide premiere of Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, in her first ever pod.
Oh, yes, Duchess of Sussex. You know, the Duchess, we got to throw that in there. She doesn't want anything to do with the royal family, does she? But guess what? Dropping a podcast the night before Prince William and Princess Catherine's 14th wedding anniversary. Oh, she couldn't not do that, could she? The Duchess, the grifter.
Cast interview, and she's doing it with you and me today, right here on the Jamie Kern Lima Show.
I promise I won't rock too much.
They don't really rock that much.
Oh, we're professionals.
We're professional rockers.
Oh, she's a professional rocker. I bet she is. I bet you she got that off the yacht. I mean, yachts and boats rock a lot on the ocean, don't they? She's very well trained in rocking, isn't she?
Jamie Kern Lima is her name. Everybody needs Jamie Kern Lima in their life.
Jamie Kern Lima.
Jamie, you're so inspiring.
Jamie Kern Lima.
I am so excited to say to my amazing friend, Megan, welcome to the Jamie Kern Lima Show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I'm so happy you're here.
You did it.
We did it. I've never done this on my show before. We brought the rocking chairs in. I get so many messages where people are alone or like, how do you make friends as an adult? Or how do I feel more worthy?
Megan wants to know how to make friends as an adult. Oh, maybe she can make friends like she did at her party. You know, the party with her little kids there that she stole the crown. Maybe she can do that, can't she? Maybe she can try and steal crowns off everyone else, because that's what she's doing. My apologies, the doorbell and the dogs. Anyhow, let's carry on.
Any of those things, and I feel like one of the ways is through friendship. A great friendship. You and I have had so many amazing days and moments sitting in these two rocking chairs at my house, just talking about all the things, and
For hours.
Oh, they've spent days and nights for hours with wine in their hand, discussing the world, watching the world go by. Where does Megan get all these hours? I thought she was a busy entrepreneur, stirring jam and cooking for kids and etc.
Just watching the world go by, talking. And I think, well, to answer, when you're saying someone writes in saying, how do you make friends as an adult? It's such a great question to find that depth of friendship at the onset. I think it's kind of when you're on a plane, and I remember like back in the day, you'd sit next to a stranger and sometimes you'd feel more comfortable telling your life story to a complete stranger.
Right.
Than the person that...
She likes telling complete strangers her life story. I mean, which life story is that? Which version of Megan's life story is she telling that stranger on the plane? Is it how she was brought up so poor? Is it that her mother was MIA and she was allegedly in prison? Or was it the version where she was on sets of studios and picked up by her father in limousines? Which version are we talking? Are we talking that she was a black child or a white child or a biracial child, or her mother was the servant because she didn't want to say she was her mom, because she didn't want people to think that she had a black mom? Which version of her life is she telling these people? I mean, we've had so many versions of Meghan Markle, we don't even know which one's real.
Is part of your day to day.
Yeah.
And so you start with that immediate trust, but I guess the difference is for us, it's just become so lasting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So lasting.
And
Oh, wow. She's frothing at the mouth about having a lasting friendship. I mean, many people have lasting friendships. Is this foreign for Meghan? I think it's foreign for Meghan because she can't have a friendship longer than 5 minutes because she's a manipulator.
so just multi-layered. And I think
yeah.
trust is such a big deal. And this is your first ever podcast interview. Thank you for trusting.
Isn't that wild?
It's wild. Thank you for trusting me to be here. You haven't seen any of the questions ahead of time. And
I call bullshit that she hasn't seen any of their questions. Where are the hard questions that this person is going to ask? Are the children yours? Why did you do that to the Queen? Why do you lie so much? Why do you take other people's opportunities and ideas and claim them to be your own? Where are the real questions?
in our sweats, and you have your Archie and Lily on your amazing.
I made that on Etsy last year. It's faded, but this is what I would wear if I come to your house.
Oh, they're wearing their sweats, you know, their leisure wear, and Meghan has Archie and Lily's name on it. Is she afraid she's going to forget the children's name? Why would you have your children's name on your sweatshirt? Weirdo.
Time.
Same thing.
And you look the exact same with no makeup as makeup, and we're
that's very
and you still love me even when we get together. If I haven't showered, it's still all the same. And so today is special. And
we know that Meghan has been reported to be a little bit stinky poo poo, so I guess she didn't shower either.
I want to just open up by, because we've had so many conversations about this where, like, we've talked about how special and important it is for friends to check in on each other and say, are you okay? And I think so many women.
And there it is, Meghan, are you okay? No one's asked you if you're okay. I mean, how many times has Meghan Markle asked the real people in her life that should matter if they are okay? Zero.
Watching and listening, they maybe are the strong one in their family, or they're the one that has it all together, or they're the one everyone goes to for advice, or they're maybe like crushing it at work, and on the outside everything looks great, and so people just assume they're great. They just assume they're great. So my very first question, because I think in friendship it's so important, and I think
wait for it. Are you ready for it? Get your buckets.
So many people also have this question for you is, Meghan, how are you? And are you okay?
That's so kind. I am. I'm better than okay.
Of course she's better than okay. I mean, now that she's out of the royal family and she's creating this wonderful life for herself, she's better than okay. Oh my God, this is so cringeworthy. I'm really pissed that I had 2 beautiful scones that my husband just baked with jam and cream. I really hope I don't regurgitate them because this woman is making me feel physically ill.
How are you?
I know you always make it about me. Today, but by the way, I have to say, you are the most generous friend. You show up for your friends. Today, I just get to talk about you. I'm excited about. But how are you doing? There's so much going on.
I'm good. There's it's a lot of pinch me moments right now, and at the same time,
I know there is a lot of pinch me moments too, because you could pinch me and I would be like, Meghan's talking shit again. Again, Meghan comes with her bullshit. It's a pinch me moment.
and I think because I'm so busy with so many different things, and for each of those projects, as you mentioned, the show or the podcast or the brand, the business, the most important thing that I work on every day, my practice, is trying to really integrate it, to integrate the joy, to integrate, like we say, like, you have to be thankful. Like, yes, you're thankful. Like, yeah, I'm thankful, but I have to go to this next meeting. It's like, no, can you just take a minute to really like signal and cue that, oh, happy, thank you, more please. This feels really good. This is what I worked so hard for.
Oh, she's worked so hard for it, hasn't she? And again, that word joy. How many times in this episode is she going to say joy, joy, joy?
So that's my practice of being still in the midst of how busy it is. But I'm happy. And the kids are healthy and H is great. And so, that's the stuff that fills my cup. But I'm trying to also enjoy these big wins right now.
Yes.
Enjoy them.
The big wins? What big wins are we talking? Some jam? Meghan Markle's going to change the world with jam. What wins is she having?
I remember one of the few things I regret about my journey building at cosmetics is I was just like, oh my gosh, I almost couldn't believe everything happening, and also I was so busy. And when I look back, I'm like, I forgot to have fun, and I forgot to celebrate it. And this morning I was talking to your husband, and I said, this is going to be my goal. This is her favorite interview ever. And he goes, well, my goal is you guys just have fun. Just have fun. And I'm like, you're right.
Oh, isn't that sweet of the pompous little prick to go, oh, I hope my wife has fun. The fun that she's had all along these last how many years that they've been married. All the fun, sticking the knife into the royal family. Oh, I hope she has fun. I do too.
Right, you're right. Do you feel like you're able to have fun being so busy right now?
I think so. And also, it depends on how you define fun.
Yeah.
Right? So when we were in our 20s, fun is something very different than now. Now fun is we go have a really nice dinner and drink some yummy wine, or fun is just
there's the piss pot and the yummy wine. That's what makes her have fun.
We just carve out a couple hours. Well, last week, though I had lots of meetings, I made it a point to still go and see a Broadway show. Seen a show? I hadn't seen a Broadway show in so long. I mean, we saw Hamilton when Lin-Manuel, they came to London for a premiere, but I probably haven't seen a Broadway show for over a decade. And it was so energizing.
Oh, poor Megan. Poor deprived Megan hasn't seen a Broadway show within a decade. Is this where we're meant to play the violin? Feel sorry for her? Aw, that's pretty sad, isn't it? Hasn't had time to go see a Broadway show?
Yeah, to watch and for me, that was a really great experience of fun, but also affirmation that why is this lighting me up so much to watch creativity in action? Is because that's what I get to do again. That's what I'm doing with all the projects I'm working on.
Of course she gets to be creative. She's very crafty and creative. Creative in her lies, her bullshit, her manipulation, and her narcissism. Yes, very creative.
I had missed being creative, and I had missed being able to just have my hands in the granular of time-coded edits and bring it.
You know what gets me when she says she misses being creative? Is she referring to the fact that she was in the royal family for 18 months and she couldn't be creative? What happened to the rest of her years of her life? Why wasn't she creative then? Why does she always go back to this, oh, I'm so deprived. The royal family deprived me of being creative. Because that's what she's trying to say.
A vision to life. And when you watch artists do that and do that with such passion, I think it was just the most inspiring. But that for me was fun. So yeah, carving that out and not saying, no, I can't go to New York. Yes, you can go to New York.
Yeah.
You can make time to do that and go with friends, and you can go have a fun dinner and still all the
Yeah, sure. Go to New York and have a fake car chase.
rest of it will be there, and you can still hit your deadlines, and actually you might hit them even better because you feel full and balanced.
Yeah. I saw so many photos different people had posted from you at the Broadway show.
I don't know why, but this woman's voice is really pissing me off. It's just yeah, I know. I feel that too, Megan. Ugh.
Saw little girls crying.
Oh,
Little girls so excited to meet you.
you're so sweet.
You and I are great friends. And also for any interview I ever do, I prep like crazy. And one of my favorite parts was just reading so many letters and posts and messages of little girls who are like, oh, wow, like whether it's they're talking about your humble beginnings or talking about their dreams and like through you.
Oh, Megan's humble beginnings. Let's not forget her humble beginnings. Hey, I mean, how can we forget that? Because this is another version of Meghan Markle's life.
And through everything you've done, they believe it's possible.
I love that.
Whether it's to be, have a very different life than the one they were raised in, or to launch a business. How do you feel about that?
I take it really seriously.
Yeah.
I think I always check in with my 11-year-old self.
Yeah.
And
For fuck's sake, she just couldn't go one interview without mentioning her 11-year-old self. I mean, Harry Markle has been stuck in his 12-year-old self, and Meghan is still stuck in her 11-year-old self. Oh, God. God help us through this interview.
how important it is to have people that you look up to and role models. I'll tell you.
Role models and people to look up to. Didn't she do all those talks about looking up to her father and more men should be like her father? Yet she dropped it like a hot potato in her potato sack.
Oh gosh, how silly. You'll think this is a very bizarre example, but when I was 13, my first job was at a frozen yogurt place called Humphrey Yogurt.
Mm-hmm.
Great name. And that was in the 90s. So what were the big shows and things that were on then? Baywatch.
Nice.
So it was like Carmen Electra, Jenny Gar, like all these people, Yasmin Bleeth. And I was taking the trash out from my job and I see Yasmin Bleeth. And I cannot believe I'm seeing Yasmin Bleeth and I'm holding this bag of trash. And I was like, the courage that it took for me to go up to her.
Yeah.
And I went up to her and I said, hi, I love you in this soft and dry deodorant commercial. That's all that could come out of my mouth.
Seriously. Like, seriously. That's all I've got to say about that bit.
And she was so gracious. This was such a pivotal moment for me because I never knew I was going to become an actor or someone that people would go up to.
Yeah.
But this moment was so influential for me because she turned around and she goes, hi, sweetheart, what's your name? First thing I learned. I was like, I'm Megan. And that moment, I was like, she cares to know what my name is. And then she's like, hi, I'm Yasmin. I know who she is, but she introduced herself. All those years later, no one teaches you how to be an actor once the show becomes successful.
Yeah.
No one teaches you what to do when people recognize you.
Yeah.
That moment.
What the hell? You just be like a normal human being, don't you? And say, hi, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. What is there to be taught?
With Yasmin Bleeth taught me how important it was for someone to make me feel seen and not brushed off. And she might have been asked 100 times that day.
Oh, it's important for Meghan Markle to be seen and not brushed off. Now, what does she do to people? She doesn't make them feel seen and she brushes them off all the time, doesn't she? I mean, wasn't it the late Queen that asked her to wear a hat at their first engagement? And no, she brushed off the Queen and said, oh, no, I'm American. I don't wear hats. Only on the yachts she wears hats. Seen, heard, brushed off? Yes, Meghan. Please explain.
Or picture or anything else. And it always stayed with me where I go, hi, what's your name? Good to meet you. I'm
You
Megan.
always do that. I see you do that all the time.
Yes. Because I know how much it means.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a really small example of at this scale. I check in with my young girl self because I want to know how I would want to feel in that moment.
Yeah.
I want to know who I would want to look up to in that moment and how
She doesn't give a shit about other people and how they feel. We know that. We've seen that. More bullshit from her mouth.
mimic that behavior, echo that. And it's a big privilege. It's a big privilege. It comes with a lot of responsibility. And I want everyone to feel like they matter.
Yeah.
Yes, she wants everyone to feel like they matter. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Like, when is she going to wipe her chin of the shit she's dribbling? Seriously. Like, seriously. I just don't understand why she just has to talk so much crap.
Do you think our lives are divinely ordered, or like our steps are divinely ordered when you think about that moment and sort of like seeing that example, and now it's part of your life all the time?
Someone said to me last year when I sat down, they said, well, you know, this is your soul contract. You signed up for this. You signed up for this before you were here. And I was like, well, I didn't read the fine print. Okay. To be clear, like, can I redline this and amend the small print because I signed up for this? You're like, no, you signed up for this. You signed up for this. This is your hand and this is your lap around the sun, or whatever you want to look at it.
Yep, she signed up for this. Remember the stalking of the royal family way before she met Harry? She really signed up for it, didn't she? Like, she literally gunned it for him. And she signed up for it? More bullshit.
As because you can do this. And I guess on days that are hard, that's really grounding and affirming to remember. And then some days I'm just like, oh my gosh, what is this life? I would have never predicted it, but I'm grateful for it. Even on the...
Oh, she never would have predicted it. So she didn't stalk Harry. She didn't set a beeline for him. She never predicted it.
hardest days.
Yeah.
Even on the hardest days.
You know, in my life, I have so many friends of all different faiths. I have friends that love everything. I have one of my friends who's the strongest Catholic I know, also sees every psychic, every meeting. Like, she's like, God made them too. We're going to cover our bases and all the things.
Well, that's funny because most people one or the other.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm so open. Like, I've had so many different people on the show. Obviously, I'm pretty open about my faith and how much.
Megan has no faith because if she did have faith, she wouldn't be such a nasty person. When you are a person of faith, you don't be like Meghan Markle.
I believe in God. And, I wanted to ask you that.
I know there's probably no young girls listening to this, but if there is young girls listening to this, please try not to be like Meghan Markle.
It's also just in the beginning. I feel like why I'm so grateful this show is connecting with so many people is because it's just everyone needs connection. They want to feel connected and they want to feel seen, to use the words you just used, and they want to feel like less alone and more enough. And I asked Oprah this when she was on the show, why did you say yes? And she just paused and she said, I felt it was divinely ordered. And I was like, so I want to ask you this question because your trust is such a sacred thing.
Somebody trusts Meghan Markle? Oh, this poor woman. She'll be Markled before you know it.
Trust is a sacred thing. So why did you say yes to doing this show?
Because it's you. And to me, that means, of course, I trust you.
Yeah.
But because I think you feel really confident that it was divinely ordered. Maybe all of this, our friendship, you becoming our neighbor, the depth of our friendship, and then these opportunities that we both have to be able to uplift each other and celebrate the work that we're doing. But to have never done a podcast, and then to say, great, let's do it. Like, literally, let's let people who are watching this feel like they're just sitting with us as at your house as we would do. We're like, great, we've done drop off. Okay, the day is done. The kids are in the bath. Can we just carve out time and sit and relax? And I liked the idea of...
She's the only working mum on the earth, isn't she? Oh, we've done drop off. The kids are in the bath. The day's done. This is getting really, really boring. I am not going to go through this whole one today because it's really nauseating. And, I don't want you all to feel so sick. I mean, you all have a life. You don't want to listen to this bullshit. Megan, if only she would shut up.
Of being able to be so authentically myself with someone who knows me in such
Megan and the words authentic. I mean, really, Megan? Really?
a deep and profound way. And I think that's where you can meet people on a really, really pure, connected level. When you were saying, like, do you want to just do like cozies and no makeup? I like the idea of like, okay, great, let's let them see us. See our friendship, see us, see what it's really like.
Our friendship has been such a journey. And what I mean by that is, when I sold it to L'Oreal, and even before then, one of the things that caught me off guard was when we were then part of L'Oreal, so many celebrities entered my orbit. So a lot of them wanted contracts with L'Oreal, which was why.
Right.
But it was this whole thing. And so I've seen inside so many different worlds, and I've seen.
Oh, that's nice. They're both on L'Oreal. I mean, we know Meghan Markle was colouring her own hair. Ugh.
Huge. It's huge. It's huge. It's big. It's big. You just launched As Ever. Sold out. Everything sold out in under an hour.
Everything. Yeah.
Now that's bullshit. Nothing sold out within an hour or under an hour, as she claims, because there wasn't anything there to sell. Anyhow, like I said, I'm not going to continue with the whole 1 hour and something episode with you guys. I might do a little bit more a bit later on. But it's the audacity of Meghan to go on a podcast and continue this charade of lying and pretending that she's crying and how authentic she is and how joyful her life is. I mean, she's trying to sell us another story. Again, another story about how happy, joy her life is. And how, divine intervention made it all happen. Like I was destined to be in a royal family. I was destined to marry a prince. She forgot to tell the host that she stalked the family. Anyhow, thanks for listening. That'll be enough for now because, it's really, really nauseating and I just can't take much more of her for now. Let me know what you guys think so far. I'm sorry that you had to listen to her voice. I know how irritating it is. Let me know down below in the comments. Thanks for listening. Keep smiling and bye for now.